Hey, what's up, guys? So the purpose of this video is going to be to break down the GOP debate that we just saw conclude that was moderated by CNN's own Wolf Blitzer, as well as some other people from the CNN network. Now, before we get into that, I'd just like to say thank you for everyone who took time out of their day to check out my recent Democratic Town Hall breakdown video. It did a lot better than I actually thought it would. And I just want to say thank you to those people who took time out of their day to check that out. With that being said, we're going to jump right into the GOP debate recap. So, a little bit of backstory before I get into the nitty gritty of it. Obviously, this is the first, or will be the last debate on the Republican side before Super Tuesday, which is when 12 Republican primaries will be held, primaries and caucuses will be held across the country. And so, obviously, this is huge because over half of the amount of delegates that are needed to obtain the Republican nomination will be given out on one day. So this is huge. Now Donald Trump has the lead going in to the majority of those states. So it's very scary. It's looking very grim for Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. So they obviously needed a good showing, which I ultimately think they got tonight. But it remains to be seen if that will affect the vote going into Super Tuesday. Obviously, it's in Houston. The debate was in Houston. Ted Cruz's home state, his home city. So he had that hometown advantage. And you could definitely tell he was a lot more confident in his responses, in his attacks at Donald Trump, etc., how he went about the debate in general. From the jump, though, it seemed like Marco Rubio knew that he needed to go after Donald Trump, and he instantly went after him. Boy, did he go after him. He went after him time and time again. Like we've never seen Marco Rubio go after him. And I think it actually might have helped him a little bit. But he needs to do it constantly up until Tuesday because he needs as much as he can get. Ted Cruz, I think he's already reached his ceiling in terms of the voters that he'll bring into the Cruz camp. Ben Carson, John Kasich, really not even sure what they were doing on stage tonight. They were basically dummies on stage. Not dummies in the sense of intelligence, but like mannequins. They were just up there taking up oxygen on the stage, I mean, to tell you the truth. But when they did get in, John Kasich actually did bring some good points across. Some decent points across. But once again, I really don't think it's going to affect him. On Super Tuesday, I don't think he's going to gain any votes from his performance tonight. Likewise for Ben Carson. Essentially, they're there for just to have a nice night out. The highlights of the event, before I get into the winners and losers of the event, I felt like Donald Trump was being singled out from the get-go by CNN, by Wolf Blitzer. He was constantly being put on the spot. And I'm not sure if it's because of the fact that CNN is completely bought out by corporate America and by the establishment on both the Republican and the Democratic side. Yes, that is true. Because they're owned by Time Warner Cable. And I'm not sure if it was that reason or if Wolf Blitzer just had a personal vendetta against Trump. I'm willing to bet on the former of those options. And so Donald Trump was constantly being put on the spot about his plans for repealing Obamacare, for amnesty of immigrants, for supporting the Clinton Foundation. I mean, just all types of things, you name it. They were bringing out Donald Trump, everything that Donald Trump's done wrong in life. And Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz did not miss an opportunity to pounce on it and to attack Donald Trump. And for the most part, I think it worked. The problem with it is, though, Donald Trump's support is so consolidated that I really cannot see him losing any voters or really gaining too many. Now, that's the problem that Donald Trump has. I'll probably save that more so for my Super Tuesday video that I'll be doing tomorrow. But he might have reached his ceiling. But like I said, I don't think too many are leaving just based on one bad debate performance. I mean, they've stuck with him through everything. The game of the night was liar, liar, liar. This is basically Donald Trump's retort for everything that was launched at him by Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz. When Marco Rubio accused Donald Trump of using illegal immigrants to help build his Trump Tower, he essentially just called Marco Rubio a liar. And Marco Rubio just started laughing. I mean, it was a comedy show. Like, the GOP debate should be on Comedy Central. Like, it should take up a South Park episode slot or something. Marco Rubio constantly went after Donald Trump to elaborate on his plan for repealing Obamacare and replacing it, as you can see here in this clip.
What is your plan? I understand the lines around the state, whatever that means. This is not a game where you draw maps
and you
around.
Don't know what it
what
means.
is your plan?
That's the problem.
What is your plan on health care? You don't have a plan.
The biggest problem he
I'll
doesn't
give
know.
him 1 minute of my
The biggest
time to tell me
problem
his
he's
plan.
got is he
What's
doesn't
his
know.
plan?
You know, I watched him melt down 2 weeks ago with Chris Christie. I got to tell you, the biggest problem he's got is he really doesn't know about the lines. The biggest thing we've got, and the reason we have no competition, is because we have lines around the state, and you have essentially
we already mentioned that as part of my plan. I know what that is. But what else is part of your plan? So your only thing is to get rid of the lines around the states. What else is part of your health care plan?
What the lines around the states mean.
That's your only plan.
And it was almost done. No. You know
what
that does?
I'll
That
give
brings
him time
it.
of mind. He can tell us his plan.
Excuse me.
Exchanges like that are why I ultimately feel like Marco Rubio won this debate, because you could just tell how uncomfortable Donald Trump was. For once during the whole campaign season, he's finally had to explain his policy, and the best he could come up with was lines around states. And I just love Rubio's comments there about this being like a drawing game that Donald Trump plays. I mean, you know, it's good for comedic shock value, but even Donald Trump said he felt like he was being unfairly questioned just to keep views. And I mean, knowing CNN, I really would not put it past them, because it was getting ugly at some points. And John Kasich and Ben Carson, even though they really are no viable candidate to be president of the United States, they were really neglected for the majority of the evening. And I kind of do feel bad for them, because I feel like they just wasted a plane ticket to Houston. Like, they could be, I don't know, they could be doing something else with their lives. Basically, my awards for the evening. The dumbest line I felt like was Ben Carson's line about healthcare not being a right for all citizens. It kind of actually made me cringe, especially from someone being from Detroit. I just really cringe when Ben Carson talks. You know, he does make some valid points sometimes, but the other like 70% of the time, I don't even know what to say, man. Just Ben, just go home, man. Just go home. Best line of the night was the video I played earlier in this video about Marco Rubio just attacking Donald Trump constantly. And that was just one microcosm of a larger attack on Donald Trump that unfolded throughout the evening. In fact, I'm going to play for you guys now a little clip that really just summed up the evening.
If the Mexicans don't pay for the wall, will you start a trade war with Mexico?
Well, you know, I don't mind trade wars. Well, we're losing $58 billion a year. You want to know the truth. We're losing so much. They're taking our businesses. I don't mind.
Senator Rubio.
Yeah, a couple points. If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second...
So cute. Such a cute soundbite.
But no, it's not a soundbite. It's a fact.
Yeah,
Again, go online and Google
Overall,
it.
there
Donald
could
Trump,
be no
Polish
line
workers,
that
you'll see
even
it.
though Donald
The second
Trump
thing
lost
about
this
the trade
debate,
war,
he's
I don't
probably
understand,
most
because your
likely still
ties and
going
the
to
clothes you
dominate
make is
Super
made in
Tuesday just
Mexico and
because
in
of how
China. So you're
consolidated
going to be starting a
and
trade war
firm
against your own ties and
supporters
your own suits.
are in Donald Trump.
You know what?
No
Why
matter
don't you
what he
make it
does, no
America?
matter how bad he loses a debate, they're not going to go anywhere, because they really value that anti-establishment sentiment that he gives off. That sentiment of, I'm not bought out by Washington and Wall Street. I'm not going to do Washington politics how Washington politics are normally done. I'm going to say how I feel, and I don't care who likes it. And people love that, and that really resonates with people. So although Donald Trump lost this debate, in my personal opinion, to Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, I still feel like he will ultimately still be the winner on Super Tuesday in at least the majority of the states, if not all of them. And if that happens, I mean, Donald Trump's got this nomination locked up. But so I would like to thank everyone for checking out this video. I hope it was informative to you. Once again, it was a breakdown video. And if you guys have any questions or feedback or anything that you felt that I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. And help share this video, make it go viral. And I hope you guys check out my video on Super Tuesday that will be up tomorrow. Thanks, guys.